Okay, today I'll be talking to you about the influence of technology on face-to-face communication. Communication over the years has changed enormously. Years back, many would drive or even walk to a friend's house to see how one was doing or even to see if you wanted to get coffee. Communication was much more personal then. Cell phones have evolved over time just as communication has. The telephone was simply a way of talking to another verbally on the telephone or a hotel, and eventually homes. Then cell phones then cell phones were created and gradually the voicemail was added. Eventually cell phone companies realized that they could further the features of a cell phone. For instance, adding access to the internet and email, which causes a lot of problems in school with kids being on their phones when they're trying to learn. This incredible technology has changed the way Americans and the world functions. Cell phones have made communicating much more efficient, allowing people to keep in touch wherever they may be and decrease the amount of face-to-face communication, which could have its pros and cons. As Americans, we are all about efficiency. The cell phone allows businesses and people to multitask. It has, in fact, diminished the face-to-face communication and our efficiency in multitasking. Americans are able to communicate with others in a way that decreases the time it takes to meet with one. According to personal PSU, as time has progressed, the mobile phone has changed main means of communications for many people throughout the world. Businesses today would not be as efficient without cell phones. Communication has been cut to the point where businesses have been able to better their companies with the amount of unused time. In today's generation, our society thrives on the ability to communicate with one another. Taking away such a valuable piece of communication, like the cell phone, would be extremely hard for people to live with. The newer generation would not know how to act without having the advantage of simply calling a friend to come over instead of walking and asking them. The time taken out of one's day to do such a thing would be unimaginable in today's society. People have the ability to keep in touch with families who live far away and cannot travel that often. James Meeks says, in a sense, they become our confidants. Concluding, the cell phone generation has grown and is still evolving into a liability the world would be lost without. The help communication efficiency in the business world develop into an unstoppable nation. Cell phones have made communication more efficient due to the lack of face-to-face communication. Time decreased. And that's all.